Is not a legend and he's not a champion, so he can't get me to do an unwarranted announcement. That's ridiculous.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey, guys, we're here at the Locker Room. Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH, is here. We'll talk about did WWE lose without Samantha Irvin. We'll talk about why Samantha Irvin liked the old way of WWE. Get the likes up in the locker room. We about to air some dirty laundry on this one. Now, Samantha Irvin, she's been gone from WWE for several months now. She left not too much longer after Ricochet decided not to renew his contract with the WWE in the summer of 2024. Now, Samantha Irvin has been, since she's left WWE, stated that she never liked ring announcing. That was not her dream, and she just went with the flow with it. We heard that months ago. But recently, Samantha Irvin has done another interview. Now, this interview this time was with Busted Open Radio. So, Busted Open Radio, we know, is a very popular podcast along the wrestling community. So, since we know that, we know Samantha Irvin, she recently went on there. She talked to Dave LaGreca, and she asked to be a referee on record and was interviewing in another WWE department when ring announcer job was offered. So it shows that she did not really want to do ring announcing. She's really making that clear. Also, not only did she make that clear, she also stated that she wanted her hand in every department. She wanted to work different positions. We heard her say in the past she wants to be a general manager. We heard her say that she didn't want to be a ring announcer forever. But she's saying, according to what Michael Hayes asked her, she wanted to do plenty of other stuff. But let's check out more of the interview here.
I loved my time there. I loved every single moment. And for me, Samantha Irvin always had a plan. She always was thinking about how she was going to get out of that chair and get on the other side of things.
All right, so let me ask you this, and maybe it's not in WWE, maybe it's with another company. What would be your dream role? Like, what would Samantha want to do in the world of pro wrestling? By the way, has anyone ever even asked you that question?
No. The only person that spoke to me about it was Michael Hayes. He did say, he's like, you want to learn everything, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And he said, you want to book. You want to be a booker. And I was like, I want to learn everything. So he definitely saw that in me, because I was just always like, just around, just like observing. Now I think my dream role is different, because when I first came into it, I wanted to do everything. I mean, at one point I asked if I could referee, and they were like, no, So, but now that the ring announcing got so popular, I kind of can't do certain things now. The truth is that I would have loved to try every single thing. That's the truth. But really, I would like to write. And when I got the job, I was actually interviewing with another department in WWE. I was on an interview with another department in WWE when the announce team called me and said, are you interviewing with another department? And I said, yeah. And they said, we want to offer you a job. And I was like, okay. And then I finished up, but then I accepted that job. So I want to be an old lady, an old smart lady who knows everything.
Okay.
And make shit happen. That's it. However the journey happens. But Paul Heyman is absolutely a big inspiration to me. I really admire what Eric Bischoff was able to do at WCW when he got things popping off. I love risk takers. I love new ideas.
Can I throw one out there? Can I throw an idea out there?
I know nobody looks at me in this light, but
can I throw one out there and you can yay or nay it? Okay. I would love for you to go to AEW and be the booker for AEW. Help Tony Khan with AEW. Build up that organization to where it should be.
So interesting, because I think, with all the tribalism and everything,
I get it.
They don't know nothing. Unless you were alive during NWO Monday Night Wars, unless you were alive then, you don't really know anything about tribalism.
Now, that was Samantha Irvin on Busted Open Radio. She talks about how, she's not going to talk about tribalism when they was asked about the AEW question. But we know that she was still upset about WWE having no other future for her besides just ring announcing. Now, the thing about it is with Samantha, with ring announcing, she won her hand in everything. Not just ring announcing, she wanted to do booking, get involved with everything. That only was mentioned by Michael Hayes, who is currently not with WWE at the moment. He took an absence and has since not returned to WWE. But Samantha, I believe WWE in the long run would have gave you what you wanted, but you have to wait your turn. Let's be honest, Samantha, you was only from WWE from 2021 to 2024. And you got to earn your way. I mean, you can't just push someone else out in a certain position just because Samantha Irvin wants in. That's just not how it works. And I believe that that's what Samantha thought how it was going to be. And once she realized that it was not going to go down like that under the new regime of Triple H, that's what she decided it was best that she leaves the company, which is ultimately what she did. But Samantha Irvin, to want to get involved in everything, that would have came way later. Can't just go jump out there. You have to wait your turn. And Samantha Irvin didn't want to wait her turn. She was just in a very anxious to get out of that position. But we'll hear more about the rest of this interview here.
This is very professional, more professional than myself. But when they asked me to do it, I said, well, I'm going to inject some crack into this so that they move me off of it. I'm going to make it into like the biggest thing ever, because just growing up, with Vince, honestly, if there was a Samantha Irvin, Vince would have taken her off ring announce. He would have been like, put her somewhere else and have her do something else. So in my head, I just always thought that's what would happen. That wasn't the case. I'm so proud of everything that I accomplished. But ring announcing is not my goal. I'm very goal oriented. So when I accomplished all that stuff and it was like, okay, that's it. So now I'm just going to keep doing it. And there's nothing else to work for or to reach. That's when I had to step away. If there is some work that needs to be done, if there's something that I think needs to be improved, and if there's a way that I can contribute, I'm going to finagle my way back in there when the time is right.
Okay.
Wherever that may be.
I love it. Samantha, once again, please let our audience know everywhere where
So Samantha Irvin mentions that had things, was still under the Vince McMahon regime, he would have took Samantha Irvin out of that position and she would have been doing the stuff that she wanted to do besides ring announcing. But we see that now under the Triple H regime, it doesn't work like that. Now, Vince McMahon was big on the announcers. Triple H is different. He's a wrestler's wrestler. Players, coaches, they call in other sports. He wasn't just going to let Samantha, just because she's a ring announcer and not a wrestler, that she was going to get her way, as she said, finagle her way to whatever she wants to do and go ahead and have other spots in the company, backstage, booking, whatever she wants to do, GM, general manager. That's just not how it goes. Samantha, she is similar to the whole Corey Graves situation. Vince McMahon was very big on ring announcers because Vince McMahon himself was a ring announcer, once he first started the wrestling biz, before he, ran the company, CEO and everything else. He was big on those people at ring announcing, letting them get perks and other stuff, paying special attention to those positions. Triple H is nothing like that. He's the total opposite of that. He is going to make everyone earn their spot and earn their way. Now, Samantha has stated been a ring announcer for maybe several more years. She could have had some more leeway to what she wants to do. It'd have been some more room where they could work with her. But because Samantha thought, because she was under Vince, she don't have to wait that long and she could do what she want to do sooner than later. And that's just not how it goes. It's basically coming down to favoritism for announcer-wise. Like I said, we saw the situation with Corey Graves several weeks ago. And Samantha Irvin, that's just not realistic. She was not going to work under the new Triple H regime of how Triple H do things, hence why she is no longer with the company. She's one of the last few ones of the Vince McMahon era. Before she left, now it's just Corey Graves. Things are way differently here with the whole TKO WWE banner. They're not going to do things the way Vince did it. And if you don't like the way TKO WWE do things, as you see, a lot of people have left the company of the old regime. We see it every time. They either leave to go to AEW, or they go to do other independent stuff, or they just leave altogether. And that's what we're seeing here with Samantha Irvin as well. Could she be in AEW still since her fiance Ricochet is still there? Who knows? Because David LaGreca in the interview, he did mention where she's over there to help with booking. And I think Tony Khan will possibly maybe want to do something with Samantha Irvin. Depends on the relationship with Ricochet and Tony Khan. I can see that happening, but Samantha Irvin, that she burned her bridges with WWE, unfortunately, because the way she handled business, it was totally unprofessional, And as you see, as a result of how she left, WWE has not once ever mentioned her name on television ever again. No vignettes, no tribute, no anything of Samantha Irvin. So that shows that she not leave on the best terms as far as leaving on professional time, a professional way to do things at a good time. She left at bad terms. It was kind of sudden. Now, she did give a heads up, as she said, when she was going to leave WWE, but it still seemed unprofessional at the end of the day. And that's all I have regarding, did WWE lose without Samantha Irvin? I would say no, because they continue on. Lillian Garcia's back. Alicia Taylor stepped up. But you guys let me know what you think of this whole interview with Samantha Irvin on Busted Open Radio. Soon to videos will pop up, guys. Click the links. Until then, you already know what it is. It's OUT.